Hey guys, welcome to another YouTube video tutorial of Edufy India. So if you guys haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, then go to the subscription button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. So in previous video lecture, we have seen what is nutrition and basically what is nutrition in autotrophs. So in this video lecture, we are going to see nutrition in human beings. In other words, it is digestion system in human beings. So, digestive system of the human beings is composed of the alimentary canal, and that's why alimentary canal is the most essential and vital part of the digestive system. We cannot imagine our digestive system without alimentary canal. So what is this alimentary canal? Alimentary canal is basically a long tube which extends from the mouth to the anus. So it is a long tube which starts from the mouth to the anus. Alimentary canal has different parts which has different functions in the digestive system of the human beings. So it has different parts which functions in the digestive system, and we are going to see these parts in the next slide of the video. Let us see different parts of the alimentary canal. So those are tongue, then buccal cavity, that is mouth, then salivary glands, esophagus, stomach, sphincter muscle, small intestine, liver, pancreas, large intestine, anus and anal sphincter. Now we are going to see different functions of these different parts of the alimentary canal in the digestive system. So this is the diagram showing human alimentary canal. So in this picture you can see different parts of the alimentary canal which are located in our body. So first of all there is a tongue, then there is a mouth, that is buccal cavity, then esophagus, small intestine, stomach, diaphragm, gallbladder, liver, bile duct, appendix, anus, large intestine. Now we are going to functions of these different parts of the alimentary canal one by one. So first of all it is mouth and tongue. So teeth make a food small and with same texture by crushing it. It is important to make a food particle small and with same texture, and it is done by teeth. Mouth and tongue together mix the food thoroughly with saliva. It is very essential to mix our food material thoroughly with saliva to break down its complex texture into simpler one, and it is done by mouth and tongue together. Now second is saliva. Saliva is produced by the salivary glands. Saliva contains an enzyme called as salivary amylase which breaks down complex food into simple one. For example, starch is broken down into sugar. So the food we are intaking in our body is in complex nature, and it should be converted into simple one for its digestion in our body, and it is done by salivary amylase. So salivary amylase breaks down this complex food material into simple one. Then third is it is necessary to push the food along the alimentary canal, and lining of alimentary canal has muscles which contract rhythmically to push the food this forward, and this movement is called as peristaltic movement. It occurs along all the digestive tube. So it is very necessary to process our food material along the alimentary canal very slowly and easily, and it is done by the peristaltic movement which is done by the lining of the alimentary canal which has muscles. So these muscles contract to start the peristaltic movement, and because of this movement our food can process easily through our alimentary canal. Now fourth one is esophagus. So esophagus is long food pipe which helps to process the food from mouth to the stomach. So esophagus helps to process the food from the mouth to the stomach. Now fifth one is stomach. So stomach is a large organ which is present in our body, and it helps to mix the food with digestive juices. The walls of stomach contain gastric glands, and these glands release these juices, and these are hydrochloric acid, pepsin and mucus. So hydrochloric acid makes the acidic environment for the action of pepsin. So pepsin splits up the proteins. So it is very important to make up the acidic environment in the stomach for the action of pepsin on the proteins. And pepsin splits up these protein molecules into smaller one for further digestion process on these proteins. Now, mucus protects inner lining of the stomach from action of the acid under normal conditions. So, because of the acidic environment in the stomach, the walls of the stomach getting irritated because of this acid. And so, it is very important to protect these inner linings of the stomach from this acid, and it is done by the mucus. So what is the another function of hydrochloric acid? So hydrochloric acid also kills bacteria which is present inside our body. Sixth is sphincter muscle, and this muscle helps to release food in small amounts from stomach into small intestine. So this sphincter muscle present between the stomach and small intestine, and it helps to process the food material in small amounts from the stomach into the small intestine. Now seventh is liver. So liver secretes bile juice, and this bile juice makes acidic food into alkaline for further digestive process. Now we have seen that there is a acidic environment in the stomach which is created by hydrochloric acid, and after coming the food particle into the small intestine, it is very essential to convert this acidic food material into alkaline one, and this is done by bile juice. Now, bile salts break down large fat globules into small globules. That is, it makes fat emulsified. So, the fats which are present in our food molecule should be broke down into small globules, and it is done by bile salts. So, what does it mean by fats emulsified? It means that creating larger surface area for fat globules by breaking down them into small fat globules, and it is done by bile salts. Now, eighth is pancreas. So, this pancreas secretes pancreatic juice, and the pancreatic juice contains trypsin, which digests proteins, and lipase for breaking down emulsified fats. So, now you are able to understand that why bile juice or bile salt um produces these emulsified fats for the action of lipase on these emulsified fats. Now, ninth is small intestine. So, small intestine is a long part of alimentary canal, and also it has extensive coiling, and it can fit compact in our body as it has extensive coiling, though it is very long. Now, complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats is done in it. The secretions from liver and pancreas enters into small intestine, and all their action done in it. Now we have seen that there are secretions from liver and pancreas. So those secretions come into the small intestine, and their function occurs in small intestine. The walls of small intestine also contain intestinal glands which secrete intestinal juice, and the enzymes present in this intestinal juice finally converts proteins into amino acids, complex carbohydrates into glucose, and fats into fatty acids and glycerol. And that's why we have said that there is a complete digestion of our food material into small intestine, because proteins are converted into amino acids, complex carbohydrates are converted into glucose, and fats are converted into fatty acids and glycerol. Now, this digested food is absorbed by the walls of small intestine which have villi. So, what are these villi? So, these villi are small projections which present inside the wall of the small intestine, and these villi are rich with blood vessels, and because of this rich in blood vessels property, it is very useful and easy to reach absorbed food into every cell of the body, and that's why the functioning of this villi into the small intestine is very important. And there is a complete digestion of our food material is done into small intestine, and also there is a complete absorption of our food material is also done in the small intestine. Now 10th is large intestine. So large intestine is present surrounding the small intestine, as we have seen the picture. So the unabsorbed food is come in large intestine, and the villi in it absorbs water from this food. So there is also villi present in large intestine, and it absorbs water from this unabsorbed food material. Now 11th is anus. So the rest of the material is removed from the body through anus. So the unabsorbed food material and which is harmful to our body should be removed from our body, and it is done through anus. Now 12th is anal sphincter. Exit of this waste material is regulated by this anal sphincter. As we have seen, there is a sphincter muscle between stomach and small intestine. So like that, this is a anal sphincter which is present at the exit of anus, and it helps to remove of this waste material from our body. Like removal of waste material is regulated by this anal sphincter. Now we will see process of digestion in the form of flow charts. As we have seen that first of all food enters into the mouth, then it is crushed by the teeth, and complex food is converted into simple by salivary amylase, which is present in saliva, and it is secreted by salivary glands. Then food enters into the stomach by esophagus, and there is peristaltic movement for process of this food into the digestive tube. Then in stomach there is hydrochloric acid, pepsin breaks proteins into small parts, and also hydrochloric acid kills bacteria, and mucus protects inner wall of stomach. Then food comes into the small intestine by using sphincter muscle. So these sphincter muscles help to process food into small intestine. And complete digestion of food is done in small intestine by using bile juice, pancreatic glands, and intestinal juice. And finally, proteins convert into amino acids, carbohydrates into glucose, and fats into fatty acids, and glycerol into the small intestine. Then all the digested food is absorbed by using villi into blood vessels to reach them to every cell of the body. Then this unabsorbed food is then come in large intestine, where water is absorbed from this food by using the villi. Then rest of the material is removed from the body via anus by using anal sphincter. So this is the basic flow chart of the digestive system of our body which I have seen in this video tutorial. If you like this video, then please follow us on these social platforms also for free PDF notes, videos, doubt sessions, quizzes, etc. And the link for this is given in the description of this video, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to like, comments, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video tutorial, and stay tuned for next YouTube video tutorial on the same chapter.